All right, to page 4 of test number 4 review. All right, one at the top, we have a fourth root here, equation. So we want to get that fourth root alone. Fourth, you know what I mean? The exponent is raised to the fourth power. We want to get that alone. 4 equals 81. Take that away too, right? It's not in parentheses, so that 16 is not raised to the fourth power, so that can be removed also. And I would leave that like that, because you can kind of see where we're going on that, because we're going to be taking the fourth root to get that W alone. So that means we're taking the fourth root of this whole thing, and those are perfect fourth roots. So the fourth root of 81 is a 3, and the fourth root of a 16 is a 2, and since it's an even root, it's going to be a plus or minus. All right, so W equals 3 over 2, and negative 3 over 2. Okay, I'm not checking that because what are the ones that need to be checked? The ones that have the radical signs in them need to check your answers to make sure they're correct. These are good. You can check, though, with these to make sure that you didn't do the math wrong in this problem, because it's an equation. They're easy to check. So let's do 15. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is, see this is a square root, so I want to square it. It's alone on one side, so I'm allowed to do that. By squaring it, that takes off the radical sign. You're left with a radicand and an x squared. Because I have an x squared, I need to move all terms to one side so I can see if it factors. Versus doing the quadratic equation. If I did the quadratic equation, I wouldn't mind moving the x squared to the left, but I think this factors, so I'm going to move these guys this way. And you can do either one. So this is going to be 0 equals x squared minus 6x minus 27. So let's see if that factors. Let's see, 9 and 3, so yeah. Negative means there's a plus and a negative somewhere. And to get a negative left over, the larger factor needs to be by the negative. So that's here. So that means x plus 3 equals 0, x minus 9 equals 0. So x is going to equal a negative 3 and a positive 9, and because it was an even root, we need to check both of those. So let's do my checking in pink here. So let's check the negative 3 first. Back in the original problem, 4x, okay. So this is going to be a negative 18 plus 27 is going to give me a 9. So the square root of 9 is not going to equal a negative 3. The square root of 9 is a positive 3. So they're not the same. So that one's not going to work. Let's check the 9. $54. And 27 is going to give me the square root of 81. The square root of 81 is a positive 9, so that one works. So this answer is x equals 9. Okay. This one, let's see, we need the radical term alone on one side. X plus 17 equals x plus 1. Then I need to square both sides to remove the radical sign. Now this one, you're not distributing this, you're writing this twice. Right, that's how we handle those, which means we need to FOIL. 1x plus another x is a 2x plus 1. And then these need to be moved over. So they can have a 0 here. So negative 2x and a negative 17. So that's interesting. That's going to be that. Perfect square minus a perfect square does factor into what? The root of the first, root of the second, and the signs are opposite. That's what makes the middle term go away. A positive 4x plus a negative 4x makes 0. And then solve by the 0 product rule. All right, and since they were an even root, they need to be checked. Let's try a different color. Check a positive 4 back in the original problem. So 2 times 4 plus 17 plus, minus equals x, which is a 4. Okay, so 8 plus 17 is 25, minus 1 is 4, 5 minus 1 is 4. So the 4 is okay. Check the negative 4. So 2 times negative 4 plus 17 minus 1 equals negative 4. Let's see, that'd be negative 8 plus 17 gives you a 9 minus 1. So that's 3 minus 1 is not going to give you a negative 4. So just that for an answer. Okay. All right, here's another one. We need to get the radical term alone on one side. So let's go way over here. Negative 4 x plus 33 equals negative 4x minus 12. These are not like terms. Do not add them together. Negative 4, do each of these terms. Each of the terms, if I'm going to divide the term on this side, the radical term on this side by negative 4, I need to divide each of the other terms by 4. So I prefer to write it separately so I remember I'm doing that. They're going to go away, and that's going to leave me with the x plus 33 equals x plus negative over a negative is a positive 3. Then I'm going to square. That's going to take off the radical sign. And over here, I'm going to need to FOIL. So x squared plus 3x and 3x is 6x plus 9. X plus 33 needs to be moved over. All right, so 0 equals x squared plus 5x minus 24. I think that's going to factor. You can always do the quadratic formula if you don't want to factor. That's fine. A plus and a negative is a plus and a negative. Factors of 24 that add up to or subtract to a 5. So that is, excuse me, 8 and 3. The 8 has to be positive to have the leftover positive, so that leaves the 3 here. Set them both equal to 0. X equals 3. Root has to be checked because it was even. So probably the negative 8's not going to work, but let's check. I would say frequently the negative number isn't going to work, so it needs to be checked, but you have to check both of them. Where was I? Do a different color. Let's do a different color. Let's do blue. All right, check negative 8. So 12 minus 4, negative 8 plus 33 equals negative 4x. 12 minus 4 square root of 33 minus 8 is 25. 12 minus 4 times 5. 12 minus 20. Oops, you know what? I forgot to put in what's x. What is x here? X is a negative 8. Just sort of skip that part altogether. Let me fix that. So that is a positive 32. There's no way this is going to equal a positive 32. So nope, that's not going to work. And how about the 3? 12 minus 4 negative x. Oops. With a 3. Plus a 33 equals negative 4 times 3. Squash it in there. 12 minus 4, this is 36, equals negative 12. 12 minus 4 times 6 is negative 12. 12 minus 24 equals a negative 12. That's going to work. Okay, so the answer was 3. Okay, this is a, number 18 is a fifth root, so we're going to, and it's by itself, so we're going to raise it to the 5th power. Do one side, do we do to the other side, so that's going to get rid of the radical. 3 to the 5th power is 243, plus, plus 7, don't know where that came from. That is 250, right? Yes, 250 divided by 4 is x equals, 4 does not go into, no it doesn't, but they're both even, so we can take a 2 out. This is going to be 125 over 2, and since it's an odd root, there's only one answer and we don't have to check it. So that's done. All right, this one says if there's more than one, separate with a comma, and there might be, if there's no solution, if you check and both the solutions go away, or the one you get, these are even, so both solutions don't work, and they're both extraneous, then this you would write D and E. Don't write any of them if none of them work, okay? So let's go through these. Move this back to this side to get the radical alone on one side. All right, we're going to square. And squaring this side takes off the radical. So we need to, there's a couple of these because you need some practice on these. These are hard. So 1x and 1x plus 2x plus 1. I'm going to move over the 9x and 19. So x squared minus 7x minus 18 equals 0. Does that factor? That does factor. That does factor. You can do the quadratic, or you can factor it. Let's see. X plus minus, so that's going to be a negative 9 and a 2. It does factor. So I may or may not have done the quadratic on the key, and like I said, it doesn't matter which one. It'll come out the same way if you do it right. Alrighty, and they need to be checked. So let's see. Let's check the negative 2. So negative 2 equals the square root of 9 times the negative 2 plus 19 minus 1. Negative 2 equals, that's going to be 18. Negative 18 plus 19 is the square root of 1 minus 1. So negative 2 equals 1 minus 1. No, it doesn't. So that one doesn't work. This one is negative 2 equals square root of 9 times 9 plus 19 minus 1. Let's see. This is 81 plus 19. Yes, that's going to be 100, right? Minus 1, so negative 2 equals 10 minus... Oh, okay. About 5 minutes ago, somebody probably noticed that shouldn't be a negative 2, huh? I missed doing this in class, so everybody can correct me. So help me. Help me put the right answer on here. I put a negative 2 in here and negative 2 out here. This should be a 9. This should be a 9. Okay, so now that's going to work. So the answer is 9. Okay? All right, this one is already alone on one side. This is just another extra one of these. So let's see. X plus 76. I am running out of steam, sorry. 6 equals x plus 4, x plus 4, x squared plus 8x plus 16, right? And then minus x and plus 76, not plus 76, minus 76. How many people start messing up when they get towards the end? Because we're so excited the end is near. You have to keep focused, though, as you work through the last problems and the last steps of each problem, so we don't waste our time. Okay. That probably factors, too. You do the quadratic if you want to. Let's see. This is 12, right? 12 and 5. So 12 needs to go here. 5 needs to go there. X plus 12 equals 0. Minus 12 minus 12. And x minus 5. X equals 5. So they need to be checked. Looking for that, maybe. I don't know. So let's check both of them. It's going to say that whether it's going to say that whether there's all of them check or none of them check or one of them checks. So you can't go by that. Got to check them all. Negative 12 is probably not going to work. I don't know why I put in parentheses, but okay. This is going to be, was that a negative 12? Was that supposed to be negative 12 or positive 12? I think that was supposed to be negative 12. Hang on. Like I said, it's getting a little down to the end here. Let's see. 76 minus 12 is a 64. And negative, oh, that's what it is. And negative 8, that's not going to make it, so that's not a 12. And then check on the, what was the other one? Positive 5. 5 plus 76 equals 5 plus 9. 76 is 81. Right? Equals 5 plus 4. Oh, I wrote a 9. That's what it is. I wrote a 9. Actually, that does work. Okay. So that's the answer to that one. So there is just one for those. Okay? That's the end of page 4.